In April of 1939, my grandparents, Harold and Alice, brought my mother Marjorie into this world. She lived her life mostly in Spokane, and in 1956 was married, shortly thereafter giving birth to her first child. Over the next 14 years, she would bring 7 children into this world. A number of people would say that 7 children was enough, but not for my mother. She would care for as many children as would grace her home. When I was a child, she opened her home to those less fortunate and offered foster care. Eventually, she adopted my 2 younger sisters, whose mother had passed away. Mom's entire life was centered around caring for children and caring for people in general. She had such a humongous heart for such a small body to put it in. She would open her home and her cupboards to anybody that needed a helping hand, even if it was as little as a meal or a place to stay for a while. I have a fond memory of her doing just this one year when I was a child. We were on our way back from Seattle, and we stopped in Ellensburg to get gas, which is all you really did in Ellensburg. And she saw a mother and her 2 kids standing alongside the road looking for a ride. She loaded them up in our little pickup with all 5 of us younger kids, and off we went home. 3 days later, she had clothed them and fed them, given them a place to stay, and she figured out where they wanted to go, and so she went and bought them a bus ticket. The next children to grace her life were her grandchildren. They were her pride and joy, as most grandkids are, and you could see her eyes light up every time one of them would call her name or call to tell her that they were coming over. No matter if they arrived by birth or by marriage, as in step-grandkids or not, they were grandkids and they were hers. She just loved them all. She had a special relationship with each one of them, whether it be someplace they would go or something they would do or something they would make together. She made each one of them feel as special as any kid could feel in the world. Mom's next big source of pride and joy came from her home. She had lived there for over 30 years. She had bought it herself, and she really took joy in constantly improving her home and teaching us kids what to do and how to care for our own homes. She had many talents and a great number of things that she enjoyed doing, but the top 3 favorites of hers were reading, camping, and sewing. Mom would read anything printed and do it in record time. She was amazing. I'm still amazed today at how fast she could read a novel. I could give her a book to read and she would read it. The next day she would give me a full report about what was in the book. She was a fantastic friend to have for a kid trying to get through high school. Her sewing skills were tremendous. She made each one of us kids a quilt, and when she was sick, she said she didn't have time to be sick because she had still the grandkids' quilts to finish. Her camping was of epic proportions. She would go anywhere, anytime, and camp anywhere because it was just what she loved to do. She loved getting up in the morning and just listening to nature, to all of its sounds it had to offer. Mom, although you never asked for it, you always had my respect and admiration, not only for the things that you would do for me, but for the things that you would do for others. The unselfish and unrelentless giving of yourself to others, and the sacrifices that you made so that others could move forward, and generally, but most simply, just the person that you are. You're my mom, my coach, at times my loan officer, my teacher, my drill sergeant, my disciplinarian, and my friend. I've loved you unconditionally all my life, as you have me, and I will continue to love you unconditionally the rest of my life. You fought the great fight, and even when you were down, you still had a wise word and a bright smile. Some say that you lost your battle with cancer, and I simply say that the Lord called you up because he needed reinforcements for an entire another battle. I miss your physical presence, but I know that you're with me and all of us, and you will once again give of yourself to give us the strength to get through our loss and make us stronger and better people in the years to come. I love you.